Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coffee and Cards with Michelle. My name's Michelle Zanovich, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Each weekday morning at 8 and on Saturdays at 9, I come to you and do a little crafting fun to get your day started off right. Today is Wednesday, June 10th, and I'm continuing to use the Forever Greenery suite in the new catalog. And we're using today the Forever Fern stamp set along with some dies from the Forever Flourishing set. So this, when bundled together, will save you 10%. So that's a great deal in my book. Anytime I can save a little money, especially these days, I'm all over it. So today I started with an idea of a little simple stamping, and it got a little bit carried away. Now this is not a complicated card, but it's a little bit more than just paper and ink. So we've got some textures going on here. We've got the subtle embossing folder on some whisper white here, and then I did a little fake watercoloring on the background. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's really quick and simple. I think you're going to enjoy it. So what you need is a piece of whisper white thick cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 11. Now remember, all measurements can be found over on my blog later this morning at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. So here's my card base. And I'm just going to give that a little crease there. Okay, then I have a piece of whisper white that I embossed with the subtle 3D embossing folder, and that measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and I'm just going to put white on white. Okay, we're making a really soft statement background, so a little white texture on the back. Okay. So a little different look for me because I usually have a frame around it, and this time we're just using white on white. I kind of like that look. Okay, so before we do anything else, I have a piece of shimmer white embossing or cardstock. Okay, so we are using 3 different white cardstocks. We have the thick whisper white for our card base, we have regular whisper white for our first layer, and then the shimmer white because this holds up when we do a little watercoloring. Okay, so I have my H block here, and I have 3 Stampin' Write markers in Mint Macaron, Soft Seafoam, and Pear Pizzazz. And these colors are really super together. And I'm going to start with my lightest color first, which is my Soft Seafoam, and I'm going to basically divide this into thirds. But I'm not worried about how exact it is. Okay, I'm just going to color right on my block. And the Soft Seafoam is pretty hard to see, but you can see where it's getting wet. At least I can. You may not be able to. Okay, about a third. Then I'm going to take my Mint Macaron, and I'm going to do the middle third. Okay, and it doesn't have to be exact because we're going to spray it with some water. And then I'm going to lay down my Pear Pizzazz. All right. So I'm going to line this up on my grid paper so that it is relatively straight. And I have my Stampin' Spritzer. At least that's what I call it. Maybe that's not the name. Okay. And I'm going to spray my block. Ooh, before I do that, I should probably move it out of the way. All right, I'm going to spray my block and get it not too much, but enough where those colors start to blend. I'll move that back over here and line it up. And I'm just going to smoosh it down on there. And it's very oddly satisfying to watch that blend. And I'm going to leave it on that paper for just a minute, okay? Because I really want the paper to absorb the ink. I love that. Isn't that pretty? Now, I grabbed a tissue. Okay, wipe off my area. But I'm also going to soak up any extra. Okay, I don't want that pooled up right there. And I'm just going to wipe that off. And I'll use my chamois later to clean it, but I'll get that clean. All right, now so we can have it. I'm going to dry it just for a second with my heat tool. And I'm going to come from the back. And from the front. So I originally thought we would stamp right on this today, but then I changed my mind because I liked the way it looked. With some die cuts. So I left that a little long so I could see where I was going. So this measures 4 3/4. So let's cut this down to like 4 1/2. Probably need a little bit more than that. I'm just trying to even it out there. Okay. So I am going to use some liquid glue on here because it is a heavier cardstock and it's slightly bowed from getting wet. So I want it to lay really nice and flat. Okay, and you can use your bone folder. Next, I cut out some of those pretty little ginkgo dies that are in the Flourishing, Forever Flourishing die set. And I cut it out, one in vellum and one in pear pizzazz. And I'm going to lay my vellum down first. And I'm just putting glue on the back of some of these leaves. Okay, but you don't have to do them all. You really don't. Vellum's not going to go anywhere. And then I have the pear pizzazz one. I'm going to do the same thing. I really don't want it to be too much glue. I kind of want those leaves to pop up a little bit. So I'm only gluing the center. I'm going to add that to the left side of my card. Like so. Straighten it out. Ugh, I have glue all over my fingers. All right. Next, from the Stitched So Sweetly framelits, I have the smallest little rectangle, and it's cut out of soft seafoam. And I have my Hello stamp from my Forever Fern stamp set. And some Tuxedo Black, all right? Just like so. I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back. I'll pop that right up here. Now let's finish it. I have some of this very pretty gold twine that comes in the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack. And I'm going to take a piece and I'm going to cut it in half, like that. And I'm going to tie a loose double knot, okay? And I'm kind of going to try, like that, to leave a larger knot. I'm not going to tie it tight. And I'm going to put that glue dot right on the knot so it holds it, maybe. Wrap it around, kind of squish it in there. And put that right there. Now, the ends of this fray really nicely, like super nicely. So I'm going to leave just a little bit and then just give it a little flick with your fingers. Okay? It's very cool stuff. Look at that. It just unravels and it'll fray. Okay. So just adds a little bit of something. And then I have some gold metallic pearls, and I'm just going to add these. Maybe. I'm chasing it around. Right up here. And there we go. So you can fluff these up a little bit. If you're going to put it in an envelope, it will, you know, naturally lay back down and flatten out. But if you're propping it up on your mantle or on your desk, it'll pop and stand out. So 2 simple cards, didn't take very much time. Kind of a cool technique. I like the background. I like the sparkle that you get from the shimmer paper. And I think that you should give it a try. So thanks for watching. Again, everything will be over on my blog later at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave me a comment below. Thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8. Bye-bye.